Are you at capacity? A real problem in the way that we're expected to live is that there has to be this certain level of us forgetting ourselves. Bear with me. We are actually asked by the way that society is run to comply, to keep up what other people are doing and the pace that other people are going at, which isn't working for a lot of humans. We are also shown that it's weak to be vulnerable rather than the strength that it would take to be vulnerable. And it also doesn't help that we compare ourselves to other people. So, what happens when we are so busy keeping up with everything and everyone and placing our awareness always to the external? We don't have time to check in with ourselves to see where we are at. So, this leads me back to capacity. Imagine your capacity as a tank or a cup. And if it's ran out or if it's coming towards empty, how can you give? How can you keep going? You've got no energy reserves there. So this is where we hit the bottom of that. We're empty, we've ran out, we have no capacity. So I want to know, and I want you to take note right now, what happens for you when you've reached your capacity. So is it overwhelm? You shut down. You might go into frustration, anger, have tears, not be able to even cope with small setbacks. You might even feel that you take it out on kids, partner, friends. And what we actually need in those moments, if only we were taught these tools a little earlier and taught how important this is to know and track our nervous system so that when we're on our way to running out of capacity, that we can help ourselves, that we can communicate, understand, and meet our needs before we are completely empty. What happens is that then we get stuck in this cycle of not having our needs met, possibly not knowing what those needs are, and not knowing how to ask, not knowing how to set up support systems. These are all things that can stem from early childhood patterns or even through trauma experienced or experiences that you had to go through things alone and that you weren't able to check your capacity or nobody helped you to. So it isn't your fault. So how do you check your capacity right now? Pause to be with this part of the video. Ready? Whatever you're doing, see if you can just pause. Take a nice deep breath in. Breathe out and drop your shoulders. Close your eyes if that feels right. Take another deep breath in. See if you can let go of the jaw or any tension around your neck. Breathe in again. Maybe sigh out that exhale, make some kind of noise and just drop into your body with the next breath in. As you exhale next, give yourself permission to be in this pause fully. Breathing in and go into your body with the breath. Feeling sensations starting to just connect with your body. Start to list some sensations that are going on as you're breathing here just for a few moments. If there's tension in your body, you may need to slow down or relax in some formal way, whether it's just now, just actively releasing that tension. You might feel completely overwhelmed, so you need to sit down and see what your schedule's like and start to find what you can control to bring back that sense of order or balance. So check in here and just see if you can bring curiosity to the sensations in the body. So by recognizing what you feel, you become closer to the present moment. See if you can recognize what it is you need with no pressure or no expectation if you can or can't. And if you do know what you need, be willing to feel guilty or selfish for having your needs met. Notice if you can stay with your breath. So I want to quickly just speak to if you feel guilty or selfish for having your needs met. It is a small discomfort, a small price to pay, with long-term benefits of having more energy to actually not hit that wall and collapse. It takes more energy to keep running out of capacity. I want you to really hear that. So the outcome, if you don't pause, if you don't feel the earth under your feet, if you don't stop for a moment to see where you're at, to track your capacity, the outcome is that feeling that I spoke to earlier, the frustration, taking it out on other people, not dealing with, small setbacks the way that you usually do. These are the outcomes of not pausing and not tuning in and not having your needs met. And so now I want you to just ask yourself this question: do I want to feel like that? Do I want to keep reaching that point? And I'm wondering how many of us are at capacity right now. There's a lot that goes on at the start of the year, and there's a good chance that a lot of us are at capacity already. And that's okay, because the good news is you can do something about it. If you're not sure how to support yourself through that, how to access this, or how to overcome certain patterns that you may have that maybe you just became aware of, this is where you can book a session with me, a private one-on-one 90 minutes, and we go into all the blocks, all the root causes, we clear it from the body, and we start to integrate it. So we start to feel those small things that you can do, why it is that perhaps your needs aren't being met, and to really bring that into an embodiment so that pattern gets to clear, and then you can actually get to live in a way where you're giving and receiving and being in that flow fully at your capacity, or with the ability to track where you're at. So if you want to get back to knowing what you need, where you're at, if you want to get back to your center to navigate those patterns that are not serving you or the way that we should as humans be living, so that you are in a place of power when you make your choices. And those choices every day shapes your life. So if you want to choose to do it a better way, always reach out to me. There's links in my bio. So I hope that that sheds some light on a pretty big issue that I see in society, where our nervous systems aren't actually built to go at the speed that we're going. And sometimes we can push a little bit harder, but only when we're bringing the energy in, so we've got the output. So if you take anything away from this video, remember that you can do things in an aligned way, a different way to what's happening in the external, and you can allow what your needs are and what your values are to shape your world. It is totally possible, and this is a beautiful place to start giving yourself permission for that. Have a beautiful day.